the Questions Queries podcast.
That's one of the scariest things though, like when you're at high school, is there's so, like, and I'm a planner. Like, I like to have everything sussed, and so it was the hardest thing because you think, right, the decision I make now at year 11 before I choose all my papers for NCEA is going to affect the rest of my life. But like, that's not the reality. You see everyone now who goes to university, we're not necessarily using our degrees for exactly what they say they are. Like, there's skills that you get during those degrees that are more valuable than the knowledge because it's something that you pick up and it's transferable to so many things.
Absolutely. Like, I haven't actually finished my degree because I had to you obviously know, but I went to university and then we did that 6 months film school, went back to university at 25 or something, did the majority of it. I've got a sort of year to go. But for me, I left because I got a career opportunity. But the biggest thing that I feel like I got at university is, as you say, critical thinking, because you can't just say something, you need to back it up. You need to research it, and people cheat the system and they'll have like a fundamental hypothesis. They'll have a hypothesis and they'll just find resources that will support whatever they're saying.
Oh, let's not go down that track.
No, but yeah, lots of people do that, right? But that's not the way to do it, and that's the easy road. But I don't think that's the right road.
It's such a damaging way to do it because you put the label science on things and people go, "Oh, it's fact, it's for sure."
Yeah.
But then you get, dare I say it, the autism from vaccines and all that sort of stuff.
Well, I mean, that doesn't take long to do like a slight amount of research into that and figuring it. But anyway, I won't go into that. But like, I think there's a curve. There's a curve in terms of what university can do for you.
Yeah.
And for me, speaking as someone that didn't finish it, but it did taper off. Like after I finished second year, I was like, okay, like I've got the critical thinking now. Anything I do into this next year is going to be learning more about nuanced subjects, and that's cool. Like, learning about stuff's fantastic, and having information is great, especially if you're interested.
It's one of those opportunities. Like, when else in your life are you going to?
Absolutely.
Like, when else am I going to have a conversation about misconceptions in mathematics? You know, like, that doesn't come naturally to me, and I study math, so like, it's definitely not going to come naturally to most people I like socialize with as well. So yeah, it's interesting times to develop your knowledge and your interests. And I always hated the electives because it's like, I don't want to study anything else. This is what I want to study. Stop trying to make me study one of these things.
Yeah. See, I was like doing Bachelor of Arts, which is kind of the epitome of that mentality, right? It's like, it's just a bunch of different things, and I was like, you know what, I want to start learning a bit of Māori, and I want to, start learning more about this and that, and that's rad, man. That's cool. And I think we have this capitalist society. Nothing wrong with the capitalist. Well, there is wrong, but it's the best we got. I'm not trying to shit on capitalism, but it does have this like highly competitive nature to it, and it creates a lens in which we view all our actions as, how does this have positive economic gain?
Oh, it's totally one of the things I hated about university as well, is you are essentially ranked on your intelligence, because especially in the sciences, you have 100% assessment on assignments and examinations, and I am so passionately against exams because it doesn't test my knowledge of the subject. Because when it comes to physics, we don't get a formula sheet, so you spend your whole time for your revision trying to memorize 50 formulas just for one paper. And then it comes to exam time, you're not testing my knowledge, you're testing my ability to remember things and my ability to work well under pressure within a certain time frame, where I found I worked a lot slower than some of the other guys, but I was really thorough. And so exams never worked out in my favor, but I'm fully judged in how I perform in those. But there's so many attributes that can't be ranked or shown by those sort of systems.
Absolutely.